Good. Excuse me. Good afternoon, everyone. Fingers crossed your week's been okay so far. We're looking at another meaningful heat wave out in the west where I'm living. So I'm not looking forward to this weekend. That is tomorrow me's problem, not today. Today, we are playing Elden Ring. We have a couple of, I don't know how long it'll take. I don't know how, I always get stressed. Even though I've done this many times, I always get stressed progressing the game where NPC quest lines might fail. So we're going to go take care of a couple of them. I'm probably going to forget about a number of things, but again, it's all good. None of it matters for the sake of this playthrough beyond ideally demonstrating to people how you do certain things, but shouldn't be too big of an issue. Even if we botch things, so we'll go from there. We stopped right outside where Hyetta is because she's the one we mostly wanted to remember. And apparently the one, the Shabriri grape I'm missing is in this ruins. So we're going to check that out first. I think we've done mostly everything else NPC-wise. Extra Life has a fairly comprehensive list, and on that list, I am pretty much complete. There's apparently stuff you can do for Sellen's quest that we might try to do, but I don't know how. It doesn't say that it's a relevant, or I said relevant. It doesn't say that it's a necessary step to complete her story. The next necessary step is getting Comet Azure, which you get on Mount Gelmir. Oh, hi, Borf. We'll see what today's going to be like. Not a great indicator if we're taking this first stretch as our if we're using it as a barometer, if we're taking it as our first reading. So this is where we need to be. Great. And 2 fingers early. Okay. Back to Hyetta.
Hello? Would you donate him on a pilgrim when I eat one? Oh, many thanks to you. Now I can feel the distant light once more.
Trigger warning, misophonia.
I wonder what Shabriri grapes really are. Delectably tender and sweet, yet searing. What a sight they must be to behold. No. That's not possible. Not all of those people. Their own... So those noises I heard were... Sorry. I'm all right now. Don't mind me. I apologize. You only did as I asked. I'll be fine. Think no more of it. I apologize. I'll be fine.
Yeah. Me too, Hyetta. Me too.
I apologize. I'll be fine.
Yep.
I've gleaned something very important indeed, thanks to you. The reason Why, it was eyes I had to eat. The distant light is far and frail, so faint it can't be seen by the naked eye. But with everyone's eyes together, it appears. Finally, it all makes sense. I'm certain now. I will be a finger maiden. I've gleaned something very important. I'm certain now.
Again, we're not doing the madness ending. We'll probably go down. We're not going to open the door. Where are you? Yep. It's not exclusive. It's not like you can do that. You can't do other endings, but I don't feel like making an enemy of Melina.
Oh, hello. Is that you over there? Have you ever heard of fingerprint grapes? They're special grapes which only grow on those who've been clasped by the burnt fingers. I would truly love to try one. The distant light seems far closer than before, but I can't sense a thing from the usual grapes anymore. Please, could you donate a fingerprint grape to me? Without one, I don't know. I feel like I might go mad. Oh. Oh. A fingerprint grape. Tried and true. What a wondrous thing. A fingerprint grape. Oh, how sweet. Yet, how it burns. Thank you. I've composed myself again. May the blessing of the fingers be upon you. Thank you. I'm sure I'll be a finger maiden.
And that is all we need to do for Hyetta, I believe. She should be well on her way to the subterranean shooting grounds. Okay, another thing was the Knight's Cavalry apparently will disappear if you don't kill it here before you go to Altus Plateau. So we're going to go do that. Okay, I'm inferring that it will disappear. I don't know. It's on the list of completion things to do before you go to Altus. So it's possible that it won't, but I like just trying to read between the lines here. We are far stronger than it. Ow. Bye. Is that it down there? No, that's a dragonfly. Do you just despawn? No, it's still nighttime. There he is. There we go. Meat. Okay. Then ostensibly you can go and talk to Blythe, regardless of whether you've already done the Schiefer River well. Look at how pretty that is. So we're gonna go see if he's around. Again, the colors in this game are very pleasant. Again, golden sunflowers are used to make the holy pots. Ooh, that was what I was afraid of. We could just teleport to the bottom. There's no reason to wait for the elevator. Ostensibly as well. Talking to Blythe down here and doing a chain to go talk to Sellen is a way to trigger the Radahn festival, if I remember correctly from what I read. And there's part of me that would like to do the Radahn festival before going to Altus, if possible. Push comes to shove, we just go to Altus and immediately go and fight Radahn afterward, but fun fact, if you attack against a ledge, you won't fall off. And if you move toward a ledge, you will fall off. So when you're fighting on a ledge, you can attack as much as you want, assuming it's a lethal ledge, I think, question mark. I feel like this is true. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, don't try this at home. I thought. Could be wrong. We'll try it next time we're on an elevator. Okay. My memory says that this is where Blythe is supposed to be. And him not being here makes me think it's too late. But what do I know? So let's teleport to here and see. The festival has started if there are a bunch of NPCs hanging out here, so currently has not yet. Okay. I don't think I care that much about being cute about this. Yes, okay. Okay. So this is where you fight the Dragonkin ancestor. I'm trying to remember if there is an elevator down in this area where there are the frickin' worshiper people. Because that's one other thing that we might do. There's also the other building that had the erudition that I don't think we went to the second one. But my gut is saying that I don't want to waste time, so we're just gonna go climb the mountain.
What do you need? I don't want any trouble.
Always buy a quick book.
All done? Well, be on your way.
Yep. We have 10 total flasks at the moment. I think the max is 15. So we're getting close to capped out on golden seed needs. Yep. I don't think there's much else down here beyond just going in. You can see all the little spikes on the ground. Those are the traps laid by the Vulgar militia. These are the spikes, not to be confused with the just crystal fragments. If you step on them, they release poison gas, which is a pain, but not the end of the world. No, you will fall off. I wonder where I got that impression from. Maybe it's Night Rain? Maybe in Elden Ring Night Rain it doesn't happen? Like Dark Souls 3? I don't remember. I don't remember what game it is. I swear that happens in some game, but apparently not Elden Ring. Welcome back, Senbon Zakura. I want to be very clear. You're under no obligation or pressure to attend any streams. Like, especially the ones that don't take place in even approaching a reasonable time frame for your time zone. 7 p.m. Mountain Time is much harder to reach halfway across the world. So I appreciate you being here, but please don't feel bad by any stretch if you don't show up to other streams. 10 out of 10, you're welcome under whatever circumstances you're able to be here. We're gonna wait for the elevator to come down before we try to get those rooms, because I don't want to risk slipping off. Hopefully good busy and not boy my life sucks busy, because good busy tends to be pleasant, but we'll see about bad busy. And yes, our boy, just a man and his horse. I think we did all the NPC stuff we needed to do. There was only Hyetta as a major one, and I don't think you even need to worry. I think she's there the whole time, because no changes. The rest of the story doesn't change anything surrounding her, so I think she'll be there for as long as you want, assuming you haven't already lit the Erdtree on fire. Spoilers. But otherwise, I think we're Gucci. And as the description of this stream says, we're ready to get absolutely bodied by everything on Altus Plateau, because boy, things hit hard. And like my memory, it's going to Altus Plateau, and then you're gonna explode. Going to Altus Plateau, and then the Mountaintops of the Giants also has a like ridiculous damage increase, because Altus, Mount Gelmir, and Leyndell constitute like the second part of the game, whereas Limgrave, Liurnia, Looping Peninsula, and Caelid constitute the first part. So once we get bodied and private, we'll upgrade our vigor some more, probably. Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah, I just cheese those two. If you run past them, activate the Side of Grace, and rest quickly enough before they like aggro to you, they can't go through that door. And so then they'll walk, if I'm thinking of the same ones. They might not be tree sentinels, I think they are. the walk forward, if you aggro one, you can fight one by himself and then fight the other one later. But yeah, they are a pain. I don't like the first part of Altus Plateau. I don't like all the Miranda blossoms in that one area. I don't like the omens around the carriages. I don't like the dragon that just surprises you and then runs away. Once you get past that first, like, very first initial part of Altus, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is cool again. We're happy again. But boy, not a fan of that very first stretch. Oh. Let's get our lightning spear out. A common sentiment for sure. Mimic tiers are the better halves of ourselves most of the time. Let's take a heal. Nice. I'm not going to worry about the U-Bat. You'll fly back up if you do, or you won't. Yeah, even though they are technically flying, I think they're still coded as NPCs with feet touching the ground. There's a certain elevation that they stay off of the ground, and so they can't just get back up casually. There has to be a specific action for them to do it, and I don't know if they can. I think they just go down rather than up, which is fine by me. Yeah, there's the Godric reskin that I don't like, because I'm bad at fighting Godric. The Falling Star Beasts, I feel like I missed a Falling Star Beast, because I feel like the first one you fight is in a mine somewhere. But it was a magma worm in the Gale Tunnel. Oh, yeah. We never finished the what's it called? We never finished the Cellular Crystal Tunnel, so we can go back and do that sometime this stream too. I don't know why I'm coughing. I don't know why I'm suddenly... I had a drink beforehand, and I think I went down wrong, and now my throat is sore. So, embarrassing. Oh, it's two bugs. Yeah. I haven't decided if I want to go beeline to Mount Galmir or not, or whether I want to... is there a site of grace up here? I haven't decided if I want to beeline there or not. But yeah, I believe her questline is... There are little things you can do before Comet Azure, but none of it matters per se. None of it is crucial to do. I think if you talk, if you buy enough sorceries and talk to her, she has a couple of things you can say, but we've been stingy with our sorcery budget since we don't have the brains for it. Yeah. Yeah, let's just snipe these guys so that the big guy is less scary. Very susceptible to bleed, you say? Stone sword key? No. Serpent God's curved sword. A curved sword? And I think that's enough for a level up. We're still trying to get our endurance higher because I want more stamina. And our strength, we're still gunning for the Royal Halberd. Oh, we're 3,000 short now. That's disgusting. Disgusting. Okay, well, we probably won't die to this magma worm, right? Make your own Melina Funko Pop, or is there like a kit you can buy? Oh dear. Rolling into the magma like a buffoon. Let's just not lock on. I think we'll be happier if we don't lock on. Yeah, I definitely agree that, generally speaking, because almost any weapon is viable to win the game with, to do a complete run with, it's definitely the most important to have the more vigor and more endurance. Like, no questions asked, that's true. However, it's much more fun when you get to play with a fun weapon because you've put the stats in for it. And that's where my greed tends to bite me in the butt, because I will regularly be pumping stats into intelligence or strength or whatever, where they matter, but not nearly as much as just not dying in 2 hits. So, I agree with you, but I have a lot more fun when I get good enough to justify not needing to have higher health. We'll see if I ever get to that point. Most of the playthroughs that I've stopped playing, that I've given up on, have been a result of having spent a lot of resources upgrading a weapon that is disappointing and not wanting to do a complete respec because it's a lot of effort to think about and think about what I want and to find another meaningful A object to make the playthrough exciting again. Dang, I didn't know that would clip. Get out of the way and heal. No. There we go. He's got a long invulnerability period after that. Very long. That's pretty long range. His attacks are slow enough, but I'm wondering if I can try zapping him for the last, because he's... I was going to say he's not likely to dodge, but there you go. Yeah, the amount of practice it takes to do a no-hit run is insane. And the amount of, like, determination... Like, okay, I understand conceptually that the scripts that govern enemy behaviors can be manipulated, but understanding that that is the case and being able to constantly be on guard and be aware of all the areas you need to be cautious about where you might get cheesed, that's just too much for me, man. Simply too much. Yeah, it's worth popping a few souls to get the second level there. Okay, endurance at 20. We're prepared emotionally to start leveling up vigor again. We're gonna hope that we get to do some more strength, but we're probably gonna need more vigor if we're being honest. So. Yeah, I watched a video of someone no-hitting Prime Consort Radahn, and that kind of broke my heart a little bit, just because, yes, it's demonstrably possible, but, like, holy crap. Okay, so we got the omens over there. The map fragment's going to be over here. Let's get the Site of Grace. And then... here we are.
Thought I might find you here. I must admit, I was a little worried. We missed our meeting, but it looks like you're still in one piece, eh? You must have heard by now, right? That Star-Scourge Radahn holds Ranni's fate in stasis. But once he's out of the way, it'll spring back into motion. So now, we stand against the demigod once known as the strongest of them all. The way ahead is pleasingly simple. We fight, sword and fang. Into the fray together, eh? Let's see what you're made of.
She teaches you a gesture, which I'm quite fond of. Presumably she's one of Celevis's puppets.
Welcome! The stars have aligned! The festival is nigh! General Radahn, mightiest demigod of the Shattering, awaits you. Champions, prepare for battle. Defeat the General, claim glory, and grab that great rune. A celebration of war. The Radahn Festival!
If you'll pardon me asking, is the audio a good volume for you, Senbon Sakura? I've been fiddling with it more regularly, and it looks low to me. Whenever it looks high to me, or like whenever it looks right, people always say it's too loud. So just, if you wouldn't mind.
You came. How delightful. Indeed, I thought I might find you here. By the by, do you know for whom this festival is being held? Well, it is none other than General Radahn himself. To think, I could face a great champion of the Shattering, a demigod in the flesh. Oh, God. In truth, I quiver at the thought. Such is his frightful repute. But the fear simply assures me the ordeal is worth undertaking. Be sure to get a good vantage, my friend. I, Iron Fist Alexander, do hereby vow to unflinchingly brave this ordeal.
Thank you. Just wanted to check. Because I have my volume set a little higher, because ideally people can hear me talking.
Are you good and prepared, young chum? The festival begins.
Little cutscene, I believe.
Before we begin, allow me to paint you the full picture.
Locked at 30 frames per second currently.
General Radahn is cursed ever to wander. Eaten from the inside by Melania's scarlet rot, his wits are long gone. Now he gathers the corpses of former friends and foes alike, gorging on them like a dog. Howling at the sky. But now, we must make merry.
The celebration of war! The Radahn Festival!
I don't use emotes very often, but there are a couple that I really like. I really like the polite bow. I like the sitting sideways. I like the finger snap. Spread out's pretty good. I guess point forward's okay if I ever do co-op. Yeah, I think we just go this way. Here's the stake. It reminds me of Latenna and also Roderica, but I can also see how it would remind you of Fia. I always imagine Fia like in the like almost sleeping position where she's next to the corpse of Godwyn or Godric, whichever one he is. Oh, that's the wrong button. So, my timing's off, but you can get on and off your horse as a convenient way to dodge the bolts. And I also pushed the wrong button the first time. You can also just roll and it's fine. We will summon Patches, even though he's just gonna run away. Ah, and I hit the wrong button again. Yeah, and you can keep resummoning the summons when they die, too, which makes it even easier to deal with. Whenever I'm helping people fight Radahn, I always just use my bow and inflict Scarlet Rot, because the Scarlet Rot arrows, A, will deal a significant amount of damage by themselves, but B, he's very weak to Scarlet Rot. Rip. Rip. That's fine. Hanging out here, because a lot of people have a hard time with Radahn, so hanging out here and just summoning or being summoned is a good way to gather runes, assuming you yourself are confident in fighting. As long as it is done in good faith, I'm happy if you want to count my attempts. I'm curious sometimes at how long it takes me to do certain fights, but most of the time there's like it's idle curiosity and nothing more. So as long as you aren't going to be like rubbing it in every time I die, like that's fine. Please keep count. Yeah. I also just don't feel like I'm in a good mind space or headspace to lock in, as it were. So we'll see how long it takes. We'll see how long it takes. This is technically 3. 2 if we don't count the first one where I just completely messed up. But 3 officially. Did we get Theralina? I think we did. Not bad. Not bad. Jaren can be summoned after the second phase starts. He's over there. So we're just going to let NPCs deal with that. Oof. We'll do a double tickle there. It's those rocks really that hit me the most. I'm always extremely nervous when those rocks show up because I just never successfully dodge them on my horse. Yeah, I panicked. True. It certainly could be easier. I found that most of the time you can do most things, most dodging well on a horse once you get the timing down, but it does take a while, and it's always hit or miss, because I think the window for iframes is lower on a horse, but who can say? There's bleed. He's got rocks on his sword. Yep. We're hoping we can knock him down again before... There we go. We'll go for a strong attack this time. For the critical. And we'll just spam until we can... And we even got the bleed off, so we really just need to not be stupid. Hey, you want to piss off, bud? Hey, that's 4 attempts. We are terribly over leveled for what it's worth, but still not too bad. 5 attempts? I don't remember. Nice. Yes, a red mark was made on the map.
Ah, good. I was waiting for you. Oh, what a sick way to fight, eh? The glory of the clash is shared. By Radahn. And you. And did you see that afterwards? A falling star right before our eyes. I can't fathom how Radahn was holding back something of that scale. He was a living legend if ever I saw one. And the path has now been cleared. To Nokra, where Ranni's fate will be decided. Let's meet where the falling star bit the earth. We'll take up our swords once more. For Mistress Ranni.
Indeed, for our wife.
Let's meet with the fort and we'll go into battle. My only purpose...
Hello, Alexander.
Ah, hello there. It was a battle marvelously fought. You are well and truly a champion, friend. I, on the other hand, am nothing but a crock. One hit was all it took to crack me, and for my insides to come spilling out. After that, I hid like a coward. And as such, I can hardly stand to face one such as you. But don't you think I've given up just yet. As luck would have it, there's a veritable mountain of warriors' bodies right here. If I can just squeeze this bunch down inside me, I'll be a mighty warrior again in no time. And you know, the bodies found here are exceedingly fine. Who could expect any less from the very warriors who fought in the Shattering? The greatest of all wars. Just you wait and see, friend. I'll grow even stronger. Just you wait when next we meet. Who could expect any less?
Okay, cool. I mean, outside of the context of this being a video game where there are bosses and there are whatever, yes, I'm certain that there are ways that he could have survived or not had to die in such a pitiful way. But, I mean, in the context of the game, I don't know how else it could have happened. Okay. So let's clear out the Celia Crystal Tunnel. I do want some more strength. That's the way out. Like, with From Software games, what ifs are fun to think about and are an enjoyable escape, but like the way that they're structured, at least the way that they're written as such, the only endings for most people are gonna be, oh, they died, because otherwise, like, that's just like, it's just how the story gets told. Because even Sekiro, which is a much more story-driven game, like, most NPCs just don't make it. Or, like, I mean, Emma, she's not technically necessary in the same way that, you know, Firekeepers in Dark Souls 1 and 2, or the Emerald, what's her name? Emissary? Maiden? Shanalot. In Dark Souls 2. And so, like, it's just how the story gets told. Which sucks. It'd be cool if there was more, but it's like, I don't want to say it's their MO, because they do far more than just esoteric, tragic storytelling. But it's a big thing to have the only natural conclusion being death. Death, or, you know, I'm going away on a journey where you'll never see me again. Which is basically death, with how functionally you no longer get to interact with them. Oh, we also can probably go talk to frickin' pest worshiper dude, Millennia fanboy. he might have, because I do want to buy the Pest Threads incantation. So you're saying you're happy? Well, I guess Sellen doesn't technically die, but you're happier for Sellen than you are for Raya? Who knows whether being a grave in school is worse than death? It's not like they can tell us. Yes, pick the letter, please. Okay, that's where we came from. Then we want to fall down to here. We wouldn't have been able to go on without the Cuckoo Glintstone 5 that we picked up there. Fine, I'll get baited by the message. What do you know? It's not a secret passage. When you say better, I'm assuming you mean more satisfying in this case. If so, I'd probably agree. Millicent's storyline conclusion is much more like dramatic and meaningful than, I don't know. I guess most other NPCs do just frickin' die. Corrin goes crazy. He doesn't die. He's just groveling in front of Goldmask's corpse, I think. Nefeli Liu survives. She's pretty cool. And her conclusion is satisfying, I think. She doesn't have to die. She just hangs out in the throne room of Stormvale for the rest of the game. Alrighty. I hate these guys. Absolutely hate them. Also, it's not helping that we're using a slashing weapon against someone who is made out of asteroid metal. We got the heal off, that's what counts. Oh no, not the fourth charge. I thought it was just 3. This attack always irritates me. The tail sweep pisses me off. I also... There's part of me that just doesn't like things that don't have eyes. I feel like eyes are very expressive, and without eyes, things just don't look as, I don't know, scary, intimidating, I don't know what. If you watch the various lore videos. One argument, one belief, understanding for why Blythe goes crazy. Ranni is trying to defy her fate as a Empyrean, and Blythe is her companion only insofar as she is going to be an Empyrean as a candidate for godhood. And so when she chooses to sever her fate as an Empyrean, he goes mad as a consequence of that, which she feels bad for. But they also, as I understand it, they talked about it beforehand, and he wanted to enable her to do what she wished. So he it's not quite for no reason, but it's not for any positive or happy reason that he goes crazy and attacks. Okay. Yeah. And yes, there is a falling star beast in a in the Mount Gelmir crater, volcano caldera is the word I'm looking for. I don't really care about Radahn's Great Rune. I don't want to fight the Godskin Noble or Apostle in the bottom, and people are pretty strong in the tower. So I think we're just going to leave that for now. And there's the one catacomb over here that's just way over leveled for us. But we got the bell bearing there, and that's good. So let's head back to Altus, shall we? Okay, we're still way off from the level up, so that's the lift. Okay, yeah, that's... I'll respect your opinion. I'll respect your opinion for sure. I'm, again, I've said this before, I'm a fan of Gold Mask's Elden Lord ending as inclusive and representative of both the faults and the solutions for the Golden Order. Age of Stars is really good if you're on Ranni's side. And she purports that it's going to be good for other people too, but there's like no conclusive way to demonstrate that that is the case. Whereas people are bound by the Golden Order, like in a metaphysical sense. People can't die if the Rune of Death is gone. People can die when the Rune of Death is enabled. And so having equality coded into law, I think, is a little bit safer than trusting Space Witch to work it all out. Don't worry, guys, she's got this. That said, her major qualm is bitterness at the deterministic nature of the two fingers. And so radical agency is, in many cases, a valid pursuit. But again, like, it's a little ambiguous as to whether Ranni can be trusted as a powerful figure, as a arbiter of the Age of Stars. Visually, it's very pretty. I like the color blue quite a bit. But again, I also enjoy the Age of Madness, or whatever it's called, the Three Fingers ending, a fair amount too. I'm a firm believer in the Age of Dark for Dark Souls 1 and 3. I I don't think kindling the flame does good for anyone in the long term. And I mean, like, the line that sticks out to me the most from Dark Souls 1, in the intro cutscene, when they're describing the world prior to the flame, with fire came disparity. And so I think the end of the Age of Fire is a big step towards the end of the Age of Disparity. Because those who had access to the flame were privileged in many cases, in many respects, whereas those who did not were exploited or killed. And so I think it's a little more, in the same ambiguous way, I think it's a little more clear what is moral about the situation. But again, this is speaking as a not I'm no savant of Elden Ring or Dark Souls lore. I simply enjoy watching a YouTube video every once in a while and playing the games. So, again, opinions are valid. I think most of us can agree that the only people who like the Loathsome Dung Eaters ending are the people who like to be contrary regardless of the topic at hand. I don't think anyone's gonna authentically, genuinely believe that there is good coming out of everyone being cursed. There you are, you prick. Just waiting for you. Okay, so that's where we had the chance to fall down from. Pretty sure this is where we need to go. Oh, some of these guys are still alive. It's definitely true that they're both more ambiguous in Dark Souls. Well, the consequences are much more ambiguous in Dark Souls. All you really get is a very small cutscene with no narration except Koth praising you as the Lord of the Dark. Jeez. So my only, and this could be my own misunderstanding. My only qualm with the idea, with your description of the dark ending, it's those who serve the Dark Wraiths in Anor Londo and the Four Kings don't seem like very friendly people. But it's important to remember that the Abyss is not the same as the Dark. Manus, Father of the Abyss, not the same as just darkness. Lack of light in Dark Souls, as I understand it, isn't the same as the corrupting influence that destroyed whatever their kingdom was called. And so, yes, unpredictable, granted, but it's not like things live in the dark like they do in many other folklores and mythoses. It's not, as far as I understand it, it's not like the dark itself is a threat. It's just difficult to live under. Again, according to my understanding of Dark Souls lore. And so, in the same way that Ranni promises radical autonomy, the Lord of the Dark equalizes the playing field by removing the disparity that fire brought. Which isn't necessarily great, because it means that life is going to be hard for everyone, rather than life being good in some cases for some people. But shouldn't have taken that heal. But it then becomes friggin' metaphor vivantatio. It then becomes dependent on who can survive and adapt, and the strong determine the fate of the weak, which is also a risky proposition. So but again, I feel like I'm stepping beyond what I actually know about Dark Souls lore, and so I am always just as as a casual player, I'm always just, no, let's not link the flame, because Lord Gwyn is I'm not going to use a mean word. Lord Gwyn is a coward who has happily exploited many generations to further his own standards of morality and what is good for the people. Instead of allowing people to have and develop strength on their own. I haven't finished Dark Souls 2, but I feel like Aldia makes meaningful points in the, actually criticizing the perpetuation of a system that is bad. A lie will always be a lie, etc., etc. Okay. We're not going to fall for the bait. We're going to make sure that we wait for the perfumer has very little health, and so if you can take the perfumer out, the rest of the fight gets a lot easier, but that doesn't make it easy to take the perfumer out, because the Misbegotten is still a pain. With other From Software games, I don't know if there is meaningful ambiguity in frickin' Bloodborne. Gehrman is going to arbit the dream if you let him wake you up, and he's going to continue arbiting the dream, and hunters will continue to be requisitioned to fight nightmares when they contact old ones and whatever. You can take Gehrman's place, and that doesn't really change anything, or you can take the Moon Presence's place, and that doesn't really change anything either. So I always go for the Moon Presence ending because it's more boss fights equals more fun. But Sekiro has, I think, the most meaningful choices you can make because, you know, there's the game ends much earlier, like 3 or 4 big areas earlier if you choose to uphold the Iron Code or whatever it's called. And then you just fight frickin' Emma and Ishin. Not even full strength Ishin, mind you, just weak old Ishin, who's still hard. But the Asura ending is pretty frickin' bad. It's pretty bleak for all involved. Yeah, I knew a guy who loved to talk about Dark Souls lore, and I had many excuses to talk to him about Dark Souls lore. His take was that it doesn't matter in Dark Souls 2 if you leave the throne or don't, because someone is going to come along and take it. Whereas, especially in Dark Souls 3, where you can extinguish the flame, like there's finality and conclusion in the endings there. With Dark Souls 2, someone else can theoretically come along and sit on the throne, and that will let things perpetuate regardless. But that said, like, nothing's a guarantee in Dark Souls worlds, and so who knows if another chosen undead or I forget what they're called, bearer of the curse in Dark Souls 2 would actually manage to do the same things you did and get to the throne. Yeah, I mean, hesitation is defeat is a heck of a line. So I think the "let's go on a journey together" ending is pretty good for Sekiro. I think severing is not bad because it's clear that Kuro, I think that's his name, Kuro, doesn't feel good about having immortal blood. And so ending it is something I think he would accept. But I think the go on a journey together to find another solution is okay. Nope. Oh, we got the heal. We got the heal, and we didn't die. Perfumer, if you just want to sit there and have your shield up, I am A-okay with that. Rip. Okay. We're just going to heal real quick, because perfumers can still deal a lot of damage out of nowhere. Woohoo! Got him. Did that take us more tries than Radahn? I think it did. ... Yeah, because I think that's the journey one. I think that's whether that's a journey or not. That's what I'm thinking of. I think because there are 4 endings in Sekiro, right? There's the Severance, the Return, whatever the basic you didn't do any other quests ending is, and then the Asura ending. Asura. I don't remember what the word is. Yeah. There are some fights that I'm good at, and some that I'm very much not. Perfumers, pages, omens sometimes, freaking Deathrite birds, gargoyles I'm not great at. Yeah. So it'll be a fun adventure to see which ones cause me the most grief. I don't want to deal with you. Poison all you want. I'll just take my loot and run. Okay. Unsightly catacombs, unsightly indeed. Shura, that's it, not Asura.
The Erd Tree is close. Only a little further till the foot of the Erd Tree. And the accord is fulfilled. It takes me back. I was born at the foot of the Erd Tree, where Mother gave me my purpose. Though now, everything is lost to me. I have to ascertain for myself the reason for which I live, burned and bodiless. Shall I turn your... Share them with me. Your thoughts, your ambitions.
We haven't been getting bodied too badly yet, so we're gonna keep leveling up strength until we do get bodied badly. This dragon takes me out quite frequently, so hopefully we can scare it away quickly. That's a good robe. Ow. 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 There's the bleed. Yep. Okay, cool. Cool. I mentioned this last week, I think, but I did do the Three Fingers ending because I was like, oh, I don't want to lose Melina. She's so cool. Which, again, not what she wanted. Though, that's part of why the Madness ending interests me the most, is because I would love a sequel where Melina comes and hunts us down, or an extra boss fight where she comes and hunts us down. That'd be pretty sweet, if you ask me.
Ah, we meet again. In truth, it's been smooth sailing for me. The Scarlet Rot has stilled since last we met. As such, I've been able to continue my journey. Though rather vexingly, I realized that if I still had my sword arm, I could have aided you in battle. Now I'm tracing the path Melania took after unleashing the power of the Scarlet Rot during her battle with General Radahn in the Caelid Wilds. I should like to meet her. This vanished woman. I think she's in the north. Now, she's passed into the...
Hi, Raya.
I've been waiting for you. I knew you had the stuff of champions. I hereby invite you to the Volcano Manor. Take my hand and have audience with my mistress. Give
Yes,
me
please.
your hand. I will...
Brave tarnished. Welcome. To the Volcano Manor. I am Tanith, the proprietress of this house. Raya spoke well of you, a warrior of promise. I believe she said, perhaps you are prepared to make a commitment. Will you join us here at the Volcano Manor and resist the tide? Why accept the burden of their grace, or be fooled by the dogmatic ramblings of the Fingers?
I like
Rise
seeing other
with
people's
us
characters.
against the Erd Tree. Interesting. Your decision is most welcome. Now you belong to the Volcano Manor family. The drawing room lies down the hall. Make yourself comfortable, but be sure to earn your keep. The drawing room is... Use the key.
That is very true. Especially once you get to the end of the game, it doesn't matter how much armor you have. You're just gonna die when you get hit.
Hello again, brave tarnished.
That's why I've been rocking this look the whole time, because I love the cape.
See you again here at the Volcano Manor under Lady Tanith's guidance. May you tread the path of valor. Brave Tarn under Lady.
Cool.
You, what in heaven's name are you doing here? The Volcano Manor is a pit of recusants who spit at grace and hunt our own kind. I hope you understand the weight of my words. Well, as long as you understand what you're saying. You have harbored doubts from the very beginning. Perhaps this day was always lurking on the horizon. But know that the path you walk is blasphemy and leads only to a miserable death. Before you consider hunting any of your own kind, think on that. This blasphemy before you can...
Oh, poor Dialos.
Oh, it's you, is it? Well, so you've been invited as well, I see. Then we're comrades in arms henceforth. You watch my back, and I'll watch yours. Yes? I can tell. You're wondering about Lanya. Well, you see, after much internal debate, I've come to realize revenge is not the answer. According to Lady Tanith, I've got the stuff of champions. And champions, ironic as it is, are oft forced to walk a tainted path. It hit me like a bolt from the blue, that my former thoughts were simple naivety. Of course, my heart weeps for Lanya. That unfortunate incident was a cruel twist of fate indeed. But succumbing to the pain and sadness caused won't make me a champion, will it? Lanya knows this, I'm certain. Fate has laid hard roads for us both, but such is true of any road trod by champions. I always resented these hands, their pale complexion. A far cry from any warriors. The shame of House Hoslow, but that won't be the case for long. They'll be darkened by grit once I've set out on the path of champions. The tale of House Hoslow is told in blood, after all. I always repale, but that won't be the case.
Yes, that's actually a formal way to get there. The abductor virgin in the basement, where the room with the lifts, where Thops dies. If you get killed by that, you get taken to a specific dungeon. And can get your way out, and you'll end up in Volcano Manor. That is, as far as I'm aware, intentional. It exists intentionally. I don't remember all the steps, but there is a... the way to get to the main quote-unquote dungeon of Volcano Manor is somehow around here. There we go. Yeah. Once Raya starts complaining about things she's hearing in the walls, you can tell her that there's all sorts of stuff.
You will be compensated if you are loath to hunt your own kin, so be it. But you must leave this house at once. This is a war against the Erd Tree. We have no place for the meek, nor the luxury of keeping clean hands. The letter describes the task. You will be compensated.
Okay. Patches shows up here eventually. We'll try resting for sure, see if that triggers it. We also should stop by Round Table Hole and talk to people. Our boy!
You joined the manor, huh? I don't believe it. Didn't think you had it in you. And here I thought Raya was barking up the wrong tree. All good, though. We're on the same side now. We'll do good work together. Oh, and of course, we can do business, if you like. Hatch's Emporium at the Volcano Manor. Especially for you. Are you surprised that I belong to the Volcano Manor? I always hated the gibberish about Lost Grace and the laughable Two Fingers. I thought I could lend a hand in unmasking the charade. Not to mention, Tanith has always made me curious. I guess her master must really be something, because she's pretty damn smug about it. Even after announcing her blasphemous ambitions, she still stands proud. I've never seen a woman quite like her. Cheers for that.
I've never attacked Tanith, so I assume you fight one of the Crucible Knights, if not more.
I had been waiting for your return. I've decided to leave the Round Table Hold after all. As I mentioned, I'm off in search of the noble gold mask. We may not meet again for some time. If there's any incantations you wish to learn, now's the moment.
I think we're okay.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
I'm gonna hand over a bell bearing. Okay.
Hello.
Always good to see you, son. Lately, I feel I'm on the precipice of falling into a deep, fathomless slumber. And I have an inkling it could spell trouble for you somehow. So I just wanted to get the apology out of the way beforehand, since you're so scary and all. Oh.
Greetings. Are you here for Spirit? I need to warn you about something. A little while ago, someone started lurking in the wing on the opposite side of the round table, and I can hear, from all the way over there, the howling and wailing of spirits in fear of a curse. I can even hear the repulsive twisted malice in itself. A plethora of spirits in an unceasing cacophony. I can't even imagine. How much suffering inflicted to who knows how many souls. Not even the grafting caused anything like this to happen. You should keep your distance. I know you're strong, but please. I can hear it from the howling. You should keep... I know
Okay.
you...
I have very clumsy fingers, and so I've never done any kind of minifigure or otherwise painting. So I respect that you are willing to undertake such a thing in the first place. Finger seal's getting pretty high.
I am pleased. Would you like me to... Now?
Just checking in case she has something more to say.
You are so... My dear, might I ask something of you? Could you please find the owner of this dagger and return it to them? A certain person gave it to me as a gift. It's a very precious thing. It must have a special place in the owner's heart, so I would like for the original owner to have it back, if you wouldn't mind. I heard that you lent a hand to dear Roger. He seemed positively elated. He must be possessed of great mental fortitude. It anchors his will and sustains him, despite his grievous wounds. You truly are a champion. To dear Roger, and myself, too. I'd like you to find... It's a very precious...
Okay.
Good day to...
As I recall, D is the owner of the dagger. And once we give it to him, Fia leaves to go on her own quest. And also, friggin' D just straight up dies, as I recall. So let's use our last Baldachin's blessing. Rest. Just make sure. Yeah, he's cooked.
Well, what have we here? How did you get your hands on that dagger? Well, that hardly matters. I know very well whose dagger it is. Why don't I return it to them for you? Good work, bringing this to me.
Oh no, he's gone. Still just dead. What? The door is open? Our Lady is gone? Stop the presses. Anyway.
Finally, it is returned to its rightful place. The stolen Hallowbrand of the exalted noble. And now, I must bid you goodbye as well, though I ask you deliver this message to the Round Table Hold. I am Fia, deathbed companion, hark Round Table. Disturb not the death of Godwyn, the exalted. We who humbly live in death, live in waiting, to one day welcome our Lord. What right does anyone have to object? Our Lord will rise, the Lord of the many and the meek.
Boy, if I could just dramatically fade away after saying stuff like that. Okay. So now we don't have to worry about that for a hot minute. Not until we go back down through the red dot on our map where the meteor fell.
Have you ever felt the curse? With your whole being, the pox upon life itself, feared and despised by all. The reviled blessing. Apparently not. You are but a lamb, a stranger to defilement, ignorant of your own ignorance. You no longer interest me. I've been long without peace. Don't spoil my quietude.
Look at all those corpses. Anyway.
I had my doubts, but look at you. Only once before have I seen two great runes together. Look there. The fingers shudder with exuberance. Fine work, brave Tarnished. The greater will is pleased. You have earned the right to become Elden Lord now. Seek the Erd Tree and an audience with Queen Marika to become Elden Lord and restore the Golden Order. The fingers expect as much from you as they do young Gideon. Take this, a token of farewell.
Nice. I was wondering where that came from.
Go forth, become Elden Lord. Queen Marika is the vessel of the Elden Ring, carrier of its vision. A god in truth. But after the Elden Ring's shattering, she was imprisoned in the Erd Tree. A grim punishment for shattering the Order, despite her godhood. The fingers speak. Marika's trespass demanded a heavy sentence. But even in shackles, she remains a god and the Vision's vessel. Confer great runes to become Elden Lord and join Queen Marika as her consort. The fingers have willed it so. Now you may go.
We haven't gotten remembrances that I really care about yet. I used the Star Scourge Greatsword in one playthrough, and I'm very fond of it. And the Lion Greybow is okay, but it's not like it's anything special. And then neither of these are... You have to get both to be really good, and it's just not worth it for 70 int. So not a huge fan. But I do like getting their outfits. The Queen's robe is pretty good, and Radahn's armor is pretty good too. So... Good that we got another talisman pouch. I'll happily put on the Green Turtle talisman. I think that's everything round table wise. So now we can see the map has expanded drastically. Let's go get the map. So, what's her name still there? Get the golden seed. I don't think there were freaking catapults in this section. I think they're a little further up. Nope, I was wrong. I guess these are ballista rather than catapults, to be fair. This, I believe, leads to the Everjail. Alrighty. Let's see how many... Oh. Sorry. Forgive my haste. Let's see how many attempts it takes to take out Godric 2.0. Again, not a fight I'm especially good at. Yep. 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 So far away. Eyebrows seem like very fine detail, for sure. Oh, bugger. I don't want to fight this guy right now, frankly, so I think I'm just going to piss off and go do something else. I don't like this fight. We'll pick up our runes and we'll pack up and go elsewhere. Yes, yes, the delay is delightful. It's very easy to get back here at some point in the future. But for now, let's just go get the frickin' map and set a grace over here. I will certainly come back at some point and fight him. I'm not going to do it right now. Map is up there. I thought there was a site of grace at the top of the lift, but maybe I'm wrong. I have a slight headache, and I don't want to exacerbate that by fighting a fight I don't need to do right now. That is difficult and unpleasant. I would rather do it when my mental game is at its peak, as well as my physical game. I don't love the color yellow or the color orange or the colors midway in between the two. But I'm fond of the ambiance of Altus Plateau. Like, it doesn't fill me with joy by any stretch, but it's pleasant. It's soothing to some degree, and the lighting is great. Overall, I'm a pretty okay fan of Altus. For being such a big area, I like it enough to be okay with it being so big and being there's so much to do. Red is not between yellow and orange. Orange is halfway between yellow and red.
Look who we have here. How delightful to meet a familiar face, even after departing the Round Table Hall. I've been doing some learning of my own since then, actually, and will happily pass it along to you.
I don't like mustard color. I don't like
the noble gold mask. I suppose he'll be closer to the Erd tree. The path ahead.
I don't know if I can pull names of other colors between yellow and orange.
Since departing,
But I don't know. And when I say don't like, I mean
in my solitude, how little it is I truly know.
As a like aesthetic, I think orange is a little garish, and I think yellow can be a little much. Like a good yellow tie can be like, if you wear it right and have a right suit to go with it, or a good yellow dress. I like the yellows of sunrise, and like orange, you can pull off orange if you're cautious with it. But like an orange suit, a full ass orange suit, pardon my French, is just gross. And like a yellow suit would be a little much. A yellow dress shirt, I think you could pull off okay, especially if you had a good tie to go with it. No. I just, as accent colors, I think yellow and orange can be fine. As main outfit colors, as like theme colors, I just, generally speaking, I'm not a fan. I'm okay with Altus because I think they do it right. It's close enough to just the color of fall that it's good, it's tolerable. Yeah, like when I need to dress up, I have a bunch of blue ties. I have a single, like, disgusting electric green paisley tie that was given to me by a friend that I wear when I think of them. And it's fun too. It's fun to have a tie that is so garish. And then I have 2 red ties. And that's all I got. Because yeah. I think there's a site of grace, yeah. So, because like, look at this. I don't like the fog, the smoke in the air, but this is okay. This is pleasant. This is tolerable colors.
Oh dear. Am I terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
Lightning pot. We'll probably come back here. Okay, so there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do here. I just don't like any of this stuff. I can go to the I don't want to go to the cave. There's the hero's jail. There's ruins up here. From the village. Honestly, I think let's just go press on toward Leyndell. That's kind of what I'm in the mood for right now. We'll need to come back through and get all the stuff in this area, and I feel like we'll die if we try to go clear Leyndell right now. But I think let's go to Leyndell. We can fight those tree sentinels that we were talking about earlier. I also like how clear Altus is, where you can just see from very far away. I think it's nice. I think it's cool. Falling Star Beast here, I think. Or at the very least, another Obsidian Lord. It's a bear. I think that would look nice too. I definitely agree that that would look nice. So you can either run past or you can sneak past. But if you walk next to them, they'll trigger and walk forward, and then you can aggro one while avoiding the other. Which is, again, convenient. Okay. There's also lots of stuff to do around here. What do we want to do? We'll see how we stack up against... Yeah, the gargoyle. Huge pain. Just get absolutely wrecked, shall we? I'm like hit or miss with these guys. There are some times where I absolutely eat their lunch and sometimes where they absolutely eat mine. Climb up the wall with his horse? Come on. I dodged too early. That was my bad. I flinched when I should have scurried. That's okay. Gives us an excuse to rest and add a charge to Flex. gotta wait for homeboy to make it out of sight. That very well deserved. I'm looking forward to getting more fire incantations. Jeez. We'll give it at least one more go before we set out to get more vigor. You could also try putting on more armor, but I don't know, fam. Excuse me. Hashtag blessed. Those attacks should have hit me. And my gut told me that the stagger was right there, so that's why I went for that attack. Oh, that was very lucky. Oh, and again, same attack, same attack. We can do this. I'll give it one more try because that was a good attempt. The cheese option, they back off if they go through this door. They're programmed not to go through this doorway. And so you can run into there and then shoot them with bows or with spells if you want. I don't love that just because it's inconvenient, because it's the way that they move, it's hard to hit them. And ostensibly, this is a fight that I enjoy. Okay. One more go. I guess I do have summons I could use here. I don't know if the dogs would actually help. They'd probably just get taken out real fast. I should upgrade one or more of the Ghost Glove wards, or Grave Ghost Glove, whatever they are, the Somber Smithing Stone Ashes. Oh, that was crazy. Thank you, Little Lip, there, for saving my life. Yep. Gonna heal just because I don't want to get one shot. Bugger. I thought I could drink faster than that. I think I'm committed. I think we're gonna kill this guy. We've got an hour and a half, comfortably. Nice. Hello, Rowan. It's going okay. Rowan X Ryan. We're getting bodied as our fear. Let me take accountability here. I'm getting bodied as I was afraid of. When entering Altus Plateau with only 30 vigor. But again, I knew it was going to happen, and so I am, at least on some level, emotionally prepared for it. I delayed long enough for that one. I'm proud of myself for that. I didn't delay for that one, because I thought it was the base horse trample. Ow. Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Woo-hoo. One down. One down. I don't want to aggro anyone else. So let's just pull them up like this. It's mostly the same fight, except instead of having the shield bash, he's got a torch attack. I don't know which one is worse. So on Thursdays, I start at 2 p.m. on Mountain Time, and on Fridays and Mondays at 7 p.m. Which is inconvenient for some people and inconsistent in the eyes of YouTube. But it fits my current schedule pretty well. So on Thursdays, I go for 4 hours. In my mind, I call it the binge stream, where I take a game I want to play, but I don't have a good excuse to play otherwise, and then I just play it for however long I want. That's how I justified playing Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom again. And back when I first started doing this, I would play for 7 or 9 hours, but my stamina isn't quite that good anymore for long streaming. So I go for 4 hours on Thursdays. When did I start streaming? The first stream I did was May of 2025. Last year. It's been about a year since I started. My first stream was a pretty bad Monster Hunter stream. And then I started doing, when the Switch 2 came out, I started streaming Legend of Zelda games, which was a lot of fun. My first video that I posted, I believe, was in June of, I think, 2024, but it could have been 2025 or 3. It might have been 2023. I don't remember exactly. I don't want crafting. So I've been, yeah, it's been a while. I have a fair amount of experience, but that doesn't by any stretch mean that I'm good. As evidenced by the number of times that I set the stream to private or don't toggle it to be off for kids, etc., etc. I'm going to be stubborn. I want to get to 30 strength so I can use that halberd. I don't want to go up to Leyndell proper yet, but I don't really want to go to Mount Gelmir either. What do I want to do? For stream games, I play a lot of roguelikes on Mondays when I want to do one-off streams. Otherwise, it's entirely dependent on what I'm interested in. For the most part, I try to do like big open story kind of games. I did Dark Souls 3 before this. I did both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Wind Waker was the first, like, round of applause for how embarrassing that was. Wind Waker was one of the first streams that I did. I also played Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. It's kind of just whatever I want to play. Otherwise, I have been awakened to the fun of turn-based games again ever since Baldur's Gate 3 came out. And so I play a non-negligible number of those. I've been playing the heck out of Slay the Spire 2. I did not like Slay the Spire 1. I am bad at Slay the Spire 1. But Slay the Spire 2 has been really fun. I'm eagerly, desperately waiting for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave to come out. September. And Valheim is like my end-all be-all survival game. So that's like that's a rough picture of the games that I like to play. Oh no, Rowan, no, you were so sweet. Don't tell me. Are you gonna ask me if you want to make content for my channel, if you want to make a banner for me? I can't afford that right now. And so I appreciate the offer, but if that's what you're the problem, Rowan, is that you're the fourth person / bot who's done this in a memorable period of time to ask in exactly the same pattern of, oh nice, and then cool, and then, well, I want to ask you something. So again, if you're a person, I respect you as a person. I don't begrudge you making a pitch, but I can't afford and don't want someone to make art for my channel right now. So appreciate it, but politely declining. The worst thing was that there was someone who watched like two or three streams and was I thought they were safe. And then they just wanted to make art for my channel, and then they never came back, and I was sad. Ow, I should have seen that one coming. To be fair, my homepage on YouTube is pretty bad. and could benefit greatly from having art and having aesthetic design, like all sorts of things. It's not like it's a disingenuous offer. The offer is reasonable because the need is there. But yeah. It's not the first time it's happened. It's this at least the third, if not the fourth time. And I'm still a little wounded. Ow. Rip. I can never decide whether it's easier to fight these guys on horseback or not. Because if you're on horseback, you can at least get out of the Rising Stones attack more easily. But as you mentioned with Radahn fight, it's harder to dodge certain attacks on horseback. The charge, I think, is a little harder to dodge. I feel kind of bad shutting people down, especially if it is a person. If it is someone who's actually chatting and is, you know, just trying to find business, because the internet is a the vagaries of the internet are hard to manage, and if you are doing an artist what's the word, contract artist, it's gonna be hard to make a living. So I don't begrudge people, but I just being poor, it sucks to have reminders of how poor I am. Because there's a lot of art that I would like to commission. I'll try something to the dogs. Especially now that we've baited okay, it's not charging again. Ooh, the double hit. I don't think there's a site of grace too much closer, but I kind of want to go level up a more meaningful summit. And try it with them instead. I thought I could stay down and I wouldn't get hit by that, so I didn't try rolling. I should have just rolled. Okay. It seems like they have left. Like, again, YouTube is telling me I only have one viewer right now, so I assume they have gone. So again, it seems like I was on the money with what they wanted. But again, it's a little bit disheartening. So let's beat these guys up for a couple of quick runs. I could sell a number of resources that I've amassed large quantities of. That's probably... Oh no. Torrent actually died. Anyway. I will just let it go. Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, let's go. Yes, we'll summon our steed. Let's go clear out some of these camps that are just at the front of Altus. Where are you? Okay, okay. I thought he had a sword, but he had a hammer. That's why he was doing such meaty swings. The archer types are kind of annoying. Ah. Nice. I always use more stone sword keys. $10,000 runes should be enough for how much Ghost Glove Ward I have. I don't have that much. I did kill the Sentinels. I did not kill the Falling Star Beast. We are gathering runes to level up a different spirit summon to help with fighting the Falling Star Beast. Latenna is a pretty good Ash, but not mobile and therefore not great for fighting Falling Star Beast. But I think either of these two. I think we'll go with. Ooh, how much FP do I have? I only have 88, so that's something I have to keep in mind. So maybe I will upgrade Latenna because I don't have enough to summon Engvall. Let's just summon Stormhawk. Or we'll do the whatever. So we'll try Latenna first. Move all the way back up here. As long as we can keep the my older brother, his strat was to hold aggro as much as possible, and then when he needed to heal, he would back off and let Latenna take aggro, and then she would usually take enough hits that he could heal off and then start taking aggro again, and then she would just keep shooting. So I'm going to try that if I can and try to fight it horizontally. So we'll summon, oh no, Latenna here. Negligible damage, but again, we're hoping to be able to trade aggro a little bit. And hoping that she doesn't just straight up die. Yeah, she can take a few hits. And she does at least consistent damage. Let's heal Torrent. I could also try using spells instead of my sight. We took aggro there just barely before it went after Latenna, and so that really helped. Because it veered away rather than going at her. It veered towards us as much as it could, going the opposite direction from us. Pretty good. A bunch of stuff we can sell if we need. Okay. That's 2 fights we didn't run away from. Okay. I don't want to go to Mount Gelmir. That's just more work than I want to do right now. I don't really want to fight the Briar Knight either. We have some ruins, so we can go here. I guess we'll just clear out the Blight area down here best as we can.
Oi, I didn't realise.
Apologize away, my guy. So this portal, I think, takes us across the bridge, so we might as well just go do that. Yeah. Dance away. Dance away. Navy hood. It's annoying that the explosions of one will interrupt the explosions of others. Okay. Let's go to the right first, so we don't have to come back this way. Why are you just standing here, bud? Oh no. Didn't expect the second cast right away. Sure. Cannon of Hyetta. Go for it. That's gonna miss. The gavel's cooler, man. Sure. Take a full set of battle mage stuff. So there's Gold Mask. There's a site of grace underneath this bridge, and there's a spirit spring somewhere. That looks like a miracle. Scarab, so I'll have to remember to get that. Incantation, whatever. I think I've gotten to the point where I can consistently remember to save runes instead of souls, but I don't know if I'll ever get to the point of calling them incantations reflexively compared to just calling them miracles. It does largely depend on what game I've been playing most recently, and this is still only the 6th stream of Elden Ring. Whereas Dark Souls 3 was the first I played in a while, and also lasted for 9. There's a set of grace. I don't think we're gonna... we're probably gonna die. Fortunately, we can fall down here first. Yeah, we definitely would have died. Protection of the Earth Tree. Cool. Lovely homes. No! My greed. I thought about healing, but I didn't. They stagger easily, and so it's just a matter of making sure you get a clean hit on more than one of them. Clearly, we stagger easily, too. Torrent is now taking meaningful damage, so I'm going to start using Roa Raisins more often and start looking for the whatever Altus Plateau variant of Roa fruit is more frequently. Golden Roa. Have to remember where to get the recipe for Golden Roa Raisins. You guys just drop base road for it, so maybe I won't kill them all. Again, this is... Altus Plateau is where the game, like, in my opinion, starts to get hard compared to just, like, based on level difficulty. where the gap the gap between your average attack and the amount of damage you take does widen, but also enemies just have better they stagger you more frequently, they don't get staggered as frequently, and you find harder enemies. Thank you for stopping by, Senbon Sakura. Again, it is very late where you are, so I appreciate you showing up in the first place. I hope your Funko Pop looks pretty. And I hope that it's worth the effort to find a fine enough tool to paint those eyebrows. Sleep well, and I'll catch you next time. Eek, I hear a festive melody. No, no, don't skin me. My hide is filthy, I swear. Ooh, that's an interesting question that might be a little unpleasant. Is the point of skinning someone, particularly humans, to get a good hide, or for the pleasure of the act of skinning? My assumption for these people was it was the pleasure of the act of skinning that led them to skin people. But, you know, maybe they are trying to get a nice leather coat out of it. Who knows? Celebrant Skull is an okay weapon. It's not a big weapon, it's a small one, I believe. It's a mace. So I'm not interested in it as a blunt weapon per se, but mostly they don't attack you. You can go through when you aggro, then they aggro, but you can walk through a large swath of the village without aggroing anyone because they do leave you alone pretty well. Oh boy. See, this is where Glintstone Wave will be really nice. Or a good lightning incantation that does a wave of damage or something. I mean, any of the dragon breath incantations would be good. I don't really want to do draconic stuff, A, because I don't want to waste points on arcane, and B, it changes your eye color. You can set it, you can toggle it off if you want, but yeah, anyway. This place does kind of feel like the Undead Settlement in Dark Souls 3. The buildings look similar for sure. And then just the outfits and the style and the weapons they're using are somewhat reminiscent. No, no, no. Ugh, camera. Nah, I don't want to leave a message. I thought about it. I thought about leaving something cheeky up there, but can't really trust people who drop human bone shards when you kill them. Obviously, they could be their own bones, but I think we all can agree that that's not what's happening here. I did see a funny video of someone green screening themselves into the village. They set up the camera and then ran off into the distance so that they were the right size, and then just imitated the dance with the people. It was pretty fun. Okay, Godskin Apostle here. Kind of a pain. If we need to heal, we can throw a sleep pot at him. And that should give us time to heal if we are not confident in our ability to just get it off. Otherwise, holy cow, that's a lot of damage. This is going to throw fire at me. They do it every time they see you drinking. It is, again, it's not input reading, it's animation reading. I'm okay at these fights. I'm not, like, Godskin Duo is still an abomination. Yeah. Honestly, he's gonna sleep for a while. I'm just gonna summon Lieutenant. Yeah. Didn't even need her. Sleep pots. They're very, very, very weak to sleep. And Scouring Black Flame, a new incantation that we can use, even though we've only consistently ever used Lightning Spear and Hurl Flame. Sure. I will sweep the area before me in Black Flame. I had a lot more faith due to the Flame of the Fell God. I can do a couple of frenzy incantations. And sure, I mean, we can try Lightning Strike. After you give Millicent a new arm, this is where she shows up. We'll talk to her whenever we get to that point, just so you know if you've lost her and you don't know where she is. You can check. It's possible that she's out here. The message is, this is where she is. Anyway. Okay. So that's the Windmill Village. Frickin' Margit attacks you either over here or down here. The Blight, or Death Blight Ruins are here, or here, one of the two. I mostly remember how to get into that tower. We can go talk to Corin, tell him where Gold Mask is. Let's go do that. And then we'll go down and explore the valley there. Got about an hour left. I don't think we'll be able to clear out this section of Altus, but we'll at least get somewhere. No, okay. Yeah, I think I'm going to the route of caution now, and I'm gonna start leveling up vigor again. The scythe is good enough for now. I wanted to use the halberd. I haven't upgraded the halberd. So we'll just stick with what we've upgraded already.
Do you sport with me? From your description, it can be no other than the Gold Mask himself. Of course, I knew he would be close by. Bless the Golden Order and its benevolent rays, and to you too. My sincerest thanks. May the Golden Order shine through you.
Whatever, dude. Nice. It's a little FP intensive, but it does an okay job of dealing spread damage. So, I mean, a classic lightning spear doesn't hurt either. Clearly I don't need to kill these guys, but they do drop a non-negligible amount of runes. Pretty sure I don't remember off the top of my head where all three crests are. But the riddle is pretty helpful. We need to go back into the left of where the rise is, so it's right over here. Cool. You head fairly east until you get to the crumbly bridge. And it's somewhere around here. It said it was like here about. Thought it was like disguised as something else and you had to hit to clear it, like with Bach. It also might be up on the ledge there. Yeah. Thank you, messages, for putting out that rock. And you can see in the distance the tower has appeared. Okay. We'll just teleport back here instead of flying back down. Let's go check out these two, or these three ruins, 4 ruins, and then we'll go down to this cave. Icon shield, that's kind of cool. Kind of pretty. I don't think there's anything, any chest or underground section hidden in these ruins. I'm pretty sure it's all just what you can loot. Never mind. Hidden, not quite, but I don't remember this. Wrath of Gold. That's assuming it's like the classic Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3 incantation. That's pretty good. If you're playing Dark Souls 1 and you're stuck and you need to farm a lot of runes and you happen to have a faith build and you happen to have been doing, I think it's Sigward questline. If you've gotten the Emit Force miracle from him and you have access to the painted world of Ariamis, the phalanx in there are very easily killed by running in and emitting force over and over and over again. When I first played Dark Souls 1 for the Platinum Trophy intentionally, ooh, I don't have enough faith. Wow. I mean, that's fair. 40 FP, that's going to be quite demanding. Anyway. I grinded a lot of souls there. Because again, Dark Souls 1's biggest crime is that it doesn't let you respec. I think this is the cave I've been thinking of. It's got a couple of entrances, but I believe there's the larval maybe it's not, but there's the one that has the larval natural born of the void, whatever they're called. Digger staff, nice. So, there are a couple of options. If you can make fletched poison arrows, you can shoot them and poison it. It takes a while, though. You tell it's poisoned when it starts losing health. Its health bar won't disappear, and it will continually, gradually lose health. It looks like we're not going to poison it before we just straight up kill it with arrows. There we go. You can also see the faint green aura. It doesn't drop anything that you have to go pick up. And so it is safe to kill it like this. You don't lose anything, you don't miss out on anything. we can pull down onto this branch, and we will. We're going to explore the other path this way first. Crystallian, looks like 2 of them, should be fine. As always, once you break them, you can see the visual difference between the two, and that it staggers on basically every hit, and it takes a lot more damage. So, this dude, absolute bro, just standing there while his pal gets destroyed. Thanks for the easy runes, my guy. Always a pleasure. And the Summerstone Miner's Bell Bearing is great for when we want to change our weapons around. Yeah. Whew. Not that healing is going to matter if we fall off. Don't think we can walk. Maybe we can. We'll go very slowly and we'll cry if we lose our 40,000 runes. Nice. Arsenal Charm +1 use, eh? Twist my arm. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. We can teleport out of here now. Where to next? I don't really like the heroes' graves, so I'd prefer not to go to those yet. We have 50 minutes. What do we want to do with 50 minutes? We could try to go to Mount Galmir and try to get the map. I don't like that. We could go try to fight the Draconic Tree Sentinel and open the way to Leyndell. I'm not a huge fan of that either. What do we do? I guess we could go explore this. Yeah, fine. And before we go, we might as well level up. The end goal is at least 60 vigor. I don't know how long it's going to take us to get there. I don't know how many detours we're going to take along the way in our leveling up. but that's the end goal. Ow. Don't even have a name for this ruins yet. Doesn't have a name, it's probably not got a secret. Oh look, more poison. But there is a minor Erd tree down there, isn't there? Kind of just ignored that. Oh, we also have that putrid Erd tree avatar that we just ignored in Kaled. Let's go take care of that guy too. While we're up here, I am going to go at least get the Site of Grace inside that tomb. I think there's a black knight guarding this one. Yeah. No grabby. Rip. No grabby. I And no Stake of Merrick. I guess the site of grace is just right there. I don't think I have any miracles, incantations better than just the lightning spear to start if we want, or I just attack her and that's fine. Rip. The first attack, I could have backed off and could have gotten the critical. The second attack was a bad choice. I assumed that the first attack was going to disrupt the critical, which is why I kept attacking afterward. Rip. No. Hey. I thought it was enough to do a one hit, because they deal a lot of damage, and the black knives in the snowfield and Black Knife Teacher herself tend to one-shot you if you get grabbed by them. I think we will do this dungeon, ideally before the stream ends. But I wanted to go explore the rest of this little stretch first. I think this is where the dragon shows up again, if I'm right, if my memory serves. We'll always take another sacred tear. Dragon Bolt Blessing, don't know what that is, but it'd be fun. routing of the ancient dragons, Godwyn the Golden fought to the last, earning the friendship of Dread Fortisax. Note that Fortisax is the dragon you fight in Godwyn's dream. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Landsax drops down back over here. There she is. Having far more health than we left her with, as I recall. And tanking my frame rate, as always. What's the point? What's the point of all that? I'm just, while she's climbing back up, might as well. I mean, to be fair, we could also probably attack the head pretty well. Rip. Or Torrent keeps taking a lot of hits too. There's the bleed. I don't need to be as aggressive since we already got the bleed. Oh, that was close. Jeez, that's lame. We were doing so well. And it might put us back at the frickin' hero's graveside of grace, which would be embarrassing. Yeah, that's embarrassing. It's fine. We'll just wait in good chumps for the elevators to come down. Go rest at this side of grace before fighting again. Just double checking, making absolutely sure that we will spawn here instead of back down there. Yeah. It'd be real cash money if there was a stake of America around here, but say that, eh? Embarrassing. Please don't. Come on. How are you supposed to do that? Okay, well, we'll just dismount next time. You could also ostensibly try to fight her on foot, and that might be... Oh boy. Didn't even get a chance. Some dragons are easier to fight on foot, I think. The flame breath, you're always going to want to mount to avoid, but some of the swipes and some of the lightning especially, I think can be easier to avoid on foot, but we'll see. Hard to do worse than we have these last two tries. Can we get off, please? Thank you. Got the heal. Yeah, that was a bad dodge. I got impatient. Okay, paid for that one, I guess. Lightning isn't going to deal enough damage to really be worth our time, I don't think. I was hoping that yellow lightning would be different from red lightning, but it seems that she is lightning resistant. Or my faith is too low, / my seal is not leveled up enough. I mean, any number of things, bottom line. Magic damage isn't really doing that much. Sucks to miss out on the early damage. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm not gonna do that. I think we're gonna need some more vigor before we can tank those hits. If getting caught by one attack is death, then let's get our runes and get out of here. I don't know if there's a safe way to get back out here. That's what I was hoping for. Well, I didn't go through the Sandy Piero's grave. I don't like these places, and so it's likely that they will take, or this one will take, the duration of the rest of the stream. Depends. It all depends. If not, we'll probably go fight that putrid bird tree avatar. Shadow bathes in light and knows weakness. Okay, so this is the introduction of those bricks. Yeah. So what's the point, though? Can we get all the way around? Not a ladder over there. What's the point of getting up here? An actual royal revenant. What a world. Remember, kids, they don't like being healed. Okay. But what's the point? Someone put a message all the way over there. But whether it's worth the time to get there or not is unclear. I'm going to say no. I'm going to say that's just to give you... maybe there is something up there. Not for me to know or find out. That really does look like a... But, I mean, it's clearly not breaking, so... If it is a hidden path, it's triggered elsewhere, but I don't know how many of those there are in the game. Nice. Nice. Well, here goes. Brutal. Hey, a forked hatchet. Lovely. That's so funny. Okay, so they are just going to keep spawning. Oh, we were so close. all these messages. Just debating whether they're hidden illusory walls. Okay, cool. Doesn't look like there's anything up here. But presumably there's a way. This guy's probably through here. Hello, Evelyn Quinn. What brush hell is this? I hate these guys so much. Oh crap. Skelly. Bastard. I'm pretty sure you have to bait him all the way back to that other one. And the door only opens once you kill it. At least he's an obedient. No, come on. I was just praising you. Oh, come on, you prick. Now we'll see how well we do against the boss with just 4 blasts. Oh yeah, there is a stake of America. My dread of thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to walk through all of this garbage again. I think it's a Crucible Knight or 2. If it's just an Asian hero of Zamor, I think I'm okay. You guys are rough, but not too bad. Already, huh? I have my Flask of Wondrous Physic. So might as well pop that now. Grip. I just need one more good hit. Okay, cool. Glad we don't have to do that again. Okay. So we have 10 minutes left. We'll go take a crack at the frickin' Putrid Tree Avatar. Again, always pick up your golden rune ones because they're great for topping off a level. And it's a great feeling to go into a boss fight with nothing. No pressure. We were getting bodied so hard by particularly the Scarlet Rot, but by just all of its attacks that we came back, or we decided to come back later for it. Yeah, now we have more than enough damage on our side. Little surprised it hasn't staggered yet. There you go. Dramatic, cinematic, elegant. Okay, cool. Any other catch-up bosses we can do? I don't think so. Run around the Scarlet Swamp. Try to pick up some stuff that we may have left. Anything? I mean, okay, we can go Gronk is probably going to try to beat us up at this point. I think it's 4 death roots that he does. Maybe not. I don't think I have another death root for him yet. I do.
Strange. There's something else but the death. Yet quenches bring more.
Cool. Yeah, you're Engie. We got the heal. That's something. I'm pretty bad at fighting this guy. Yeah. It doesn't help that, you know, he deals endgame damage. You only need to poke him a little. He doesn't... You don't have to kill him. You just need to remind him that he's not insane. It's just, you know, his bestial fling deals a whole lot more damage than ours does, to say the least. I'm pretty sure we can't summon Torrent here, but we can summon Latenna. Latenna might turn the trick, as they say. Oh no, she just gets bodied too. Hey. You good, bruh? Still licking your wounds? That's okay. Okay, I think that is enough for today. Cleared that up. Yeah. So we've got a lot left to do in Altus Plateau. We've got most of the inner Leyndell region. We've got all of Mount Gelmir. We've got we killed Radahn today, and so we've got the underground city, Noxtella, that we can go do. I don't want to do that yet because it's going to be a little tough, but I think what we're going to start out next week doing is getting Millicent her arm. I have a good, funny stream title in mind for it. So, to that end, let's teleport here and call it a stream. Thank you for watching, as always. If you enjoyed, feel free to like the video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. I stream on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Tomorrow, I'll be streaming at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and I'll be playing Alabaster Dawn some more, which has been so much fun. Huge fan. It's one of the high points of my week, getting to play that game. And then Monday, I'm trying to corral 4 people, or 3 other people, to play Slay the Spire 2 multiplayer with. I don't think it's going to happen this week. There's a chance it could happen next week. We'll see. We'll see. So I don't know what I'm going to do Monday, but it'll be something. Probably roguelike, probably indie. It's not fixed what we do on Monday, but... And then next Thursday, we'll be back for more Elden Ring. So Once again, thank you for watching, as always. And until we meet again, goodbye.